So Frank, a big weekend against Brazil, but the question everybody's asking back in Australia is who do the players think has got the best hairdo out of the current crop of Volleyroos?
Well, Tom DP's pretty strong with his latest haircut. He has a lot of pride in his hair. But, you have to go Travis Pass's main, don't you? It's just so well looked after. He shampoos and conditions that thing every day, so I'll definitely go with Pass, yeah.
And are you a fan of the Jake Guymer, Luke Perry dues?
I think Perry's isn't too bad. Guymer's, on the other hand, maybe needs a little more length, or maybe he can do something different with it on the court. I'm not a big fan of it on the court, to be honest, and he knows all about it being my roommate the last 2 weeks, so yeah, not a big fan. Sorry, Gymes.
And mate, you're not, because obviously there are a lot of players in this team who are now taking an enormous amount of pride in their hair. You're not feeling like you should be doing something a little bit different with yours? Yours has been sort of fairly stock standard for quite a while now.
No, I think I'm the running joke of just the standard old guy with the same haircut. I just have my own clippers and cut my own hair, so I'm pretty boring, but whatever you think compared to some of the other guys, I think I'm doing all right.
I'd have to say Greg Sukachev is rocking that awesome sort of part comb over / hide the ball spot. Other than that, I think Dop's up there now with his new do. That's everyone will get to see coming the game. But yeah, I think Greggy has to take the cake on the hairdo.
Now, I've got to say, a lot of people I've spoken to so far have narrowed it down to three: you, Jake, and Perry. Is there a bit of rivalry there between the three of you, do you reckon?
Nah, not at all. I've just grown my hair because I'm growing my hair. Those guys, I'm not sure, it's probably the same. I at least wash it a couple of times a week, not once a year like they have. So yeah, I just keep it clean.
So Jacques, big weekend this weekend up against Brazil, 2 games, world number 1 team. Big question we've got to ask is, who do you reckon out of this crop of 2015 Volleyroos has got the best hairdo?
Oh, it depends what way you're looking at it.
There's a lot of blokes in this team who have spent a lot of time on their hair, isn't there?
I'd say the most time spent would be Trav Pass, certainly making sure it's beautiful. Whereas you look at a Jacob Guymer or a Luke Perry, not so much care, but they means a lot to them.
Do you think they take a lot of pride in their hair? Do you think that there's a bit of rivalry between the three of them?
Oh, I'm sure there is. It's very important for them.
A lot of conjecture amongst the team about who's carrying off the best do this year. You've obviously entered the race now after a European European winter.
Yeah.
Who do you think's carrying it off the best?
You're allowed to vote for yourself.
Yeah, of course you are, mate.
I'd probably say me then, followed closely by Perry, and I really like Tom's mohawk. And Nath is standing behind me, seems upset about something, but he's got the stock standard, We're going for something new, something fresh, something people haven't seen before.
A lot of people have said that you're going for the Jon Snow look from Game of Thrones. Is that something you're trying to pull off?
I mean, I think Jon Snow's going for my look, to be honest. But yeah, I actually got that in Brisbane. A family told me I looked like Jon Snow, which I'll take that.
Is there a little bit of friendly rivalry between yourself and Perry and Travis Pass? You all got the flowing locks. Is there sort of a bit of an unwritten code there?
See, Pass isn't in our level. Pass isn't in our category because he washes his hair every day. Me and Perry go more for the seasoned look, I guess.
How long is it since you've washed your hair, mate?
A few months. And Perry's actually on my side, to be honest. There's no competition at all. Every time I mention a haircut, he gets mad and doesn't want to have a bar of it. So, if anything, Perry's my mentor.
Now, Sando, important question we've got to ask on the eve of one of the biggest matches in the history of the Volleyroos.
Yep.
A lot of conjecture going around about who has the best hairdo in the current crop of Volleyroos. You're a man who takes a bit of pride in his appearance. What do you think about the current crop of hairdos?
Well, it's definitely not Jacob Guymer. He's got a mop top. And now DP's done something to his head. He looks like some kind of roadkill or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I think Perry's got some flow with the long locks and Travis Pass. I don't know, I think that's what the girls like these days.
So you narrow it down to those two, do you? Travis Pass and Perry?
It's personal preference, yeah.
You might be interested to know that Bill McCool actually rated you. He thought that the short back and sides is still the look and that you carried off particularly well.
I think Billy McCool's looking at the wrong thing. There's much better things to be looking at around here in Brazil.
Captain Tom Edgar, we've got a big game this weekend. But the big question on everyone's lips today, especially in light of what Tom DP's done to himself, is who actually carries off the best do in this current crop of Volleyroos players, because there are some absolute rippers, aren't there?
Could we just shave them all and start again? That's my honest opinion of what's going on hairstyle-wise with our team. Yeah, man. We need to pin down a few boys, I think, and shave them. So
you're not impressed with some of the young fellas and what they're trying to pull off?
I think they're going for the homeless Scandinavian look, and a few of them aren't pulling it off that well.
So you don't rate Trav, for example? He's sort of had his for a little while now.
Well, the biggest thing I said to Trav's missus is when your boyfriend has longer hair than you, it's a little bit of a worry.
And what about yourself, Tom? You were sporting a new do this year. Are you happy with the way that's going?
It's a Korean look. I wanted to grow out the hair a little bit more. So I got this done in Korea. So yeah, something different. I'll never let it get as long as most of the boys here. But something different.
It is set up though for a Tom DP though. You got it a bit longer on the top. You could get the sides done.
Oh no, I'm not into the whole shaved mohawk criminal look. It's not going to look pleasant on me.
Bill and Giorgio, one thing that this team prides itself on, I think, is the quality of the hairdo. If push came to shove, Bill, who do you think carries it off the best? Who would you put forward as a showing an example of how the Volleyroos can really mix it with the best in the world, hairdo style?
Hairdo style? Oh, definitely not Luke Perry. That's number one. Probably Nemo.
Nemo?
Yeah. Nemo, goes with his personality, fits in well, and he's out there. Sando's okay as well, but short back and sides is always easy to pull off.
That's what goes for you?
Yep, for sure.
And Giorgio, obviously Italians pride themselves on their hair, their flowing locks, and we've got a few in this team who have the flowing locks. Do you think that they pull it off?
Definitely Pez and Gama. They really look terrible with those hair. We just started a petition inside the team to get them to cut their hair. We have a couple of bets going on, if we get some winning in World League. So we will definitely try. We have one more input to win, definitely. But I want to have a word for Ben Bell because his hipster style is amazing. No one mentioned him, but I think that Ben Bell with this beard and my glasses is amazing.
Thanks, Giorgio. Do you think they'll blend in when we go to Italy? Because that's the next port of call. Do you think a lot of people will mistake them for Italians?
Not sure about that, but our head coach is here, so I'll probably need to go and work some.
Well, we'll just ask the head coach while you're here. Roberto, one of the things that this team prides itself on is the quality of its hairdos. There's some hairdos, the hair. We've got some players who are very, very cutting edge. Is there any player in particular that does it for you that you think really stands out from the crowd?
We like it. We like it. I mean, we like to have a really different style. I like it. So I can't complain about this.
So there's not one player that you think there's not one player that you'd like to identify as being above the rest in terms of good hair?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
It would be inappropriate, wouldn't it, for the coach to single out one player, wouldn't it?
No. It's not the problem.
Well, Trav's got to be there because it's so it's almost girl. He's almost. It's only when he turns around it's just he's a Trav. I like Pez's. I think he's grown it for a while, and it's definitely
it's doing something for you.
Yeah. Well, if he dreads it, that's crazy. That's a game changer.
Well, Jake's got a great hairdo without the bun. It looks a bit like Jon Snow, but if it's bunned up, then it's not so great. And I'll give it to DP. He's got the Battle Hawk, and it's great. I might get a Battle Hawk myself, actually.
I heard a rumour going around actually that you were thinking of getting one. Is that serious?
That is serious. Maybe next time you see me, I'll have one.
Now, Pez, there's a lot of talk going on in the team about who's got the best hairdo for 2015. Jake Geimer voted for himself. What are your thoughts, mate? Who do you reckon's carrying it off the best this year?
John Boltby.
Just vote for yourself.
Feel free to. I mean, if it.
Chevy? Say Chevy. Chevy has a little ball spot.
Do you like what he's doing with his hair?
Yeah, it's great.
What about yourself, mate? Are you happy with the way that's turning out for you?
Yeah, it's good.
What are you modelling yourself on the Travis Passier look or more the Jake Geimer So, or you're sort of going for an individual type thing?
Yeah, definitely none of them, that's for sure. No, none of them at all.
Guymer says he hasn't washed his hair for a couple of months. When was the last time you washed yours?
Probably like 03.
I like Benny Bell's do. Can I include the beard?
Absolutely.
I really like what he's going on. I wish I could grow a beard like that.
And what about if a Benny Bell beard with the Jake Guymer mop on top?
No.
And what about the Tom DP look? Do you think that's something you might like to try out one day?
I don't know if I'd try it out personally, but I think it really suits him. He pulls it off.
Now look at this. Look at Sammy's do. That is good natural hair. Look at that nice, clean look, clean shaven, outstanding young man. Sammy, we're trying to find out today who the teammates most respect when it comes to hairdos this year, because there are some beauties in this team. Anyone that you look up to and you think is really carrying it off this year?
Yeah, I think Guymer's got a pretty good haircut going at the moment. Yeah, a couple guys have long hair, but they might have taken it a bit too far. Like Guymer's at the moment. It's got the Jon Snow look. Yeah.
So do you think it's at about the right length? You wouldn't like to see it get any longer, you reckon?
I don't know. It's up to him. We'll see.
What do you think about him and Perry and their approach to not washing hair? Are you comfortable with that?
Nah, I wouldn't let it go as far as they have. Absolutely not.
Who do you like? And you've got to massage them every day. You've got to look after them. You get to look at their hair up close. Anyone do it for you in particular?
I think Tom DP's got his new hairstyle is one of the finer ones. I think Trav Pass and Luke Perry have hairstyles that need improvement. Let's put it that way.
And what about Jake Guymer's? You got any time for that one?
Look, Guymer's is in the middle. If it gets any longer, it might need some work. We might get the snippers out and have a crack at it, but for the moment, it's okay.
Ben Hardy, you're back with the team this year, and I know one of the things that's impressed you about the lineup this year is the hairdos on some of the boys. If push came to shove,
tell the truth.
If push came to shove, who do you reckon carries it off the best in this team?
I reckon they've all got their own unique style, to be honest with you. I mean, we've got Boxy, who's influenced by the Korean style. A couple of the long hairs which are going on. I mean, honestly, it doesn't bother me too much. They can put their hair how they want. For me, it's how they play volleyball.
We're not asking you to pass judgment on them. We're asking you who works for you. Which one do you look at and think that's what I'd like to do?
Yeah, no, I don't know actually.
Are you impressed by Tom DP's hairdo today? Can you see yourself in that maybe?
I couldn't see myself in that sort of hairstyle, no. But he seems to like it. Yeah, no, it doesn't really bother me. However they want to have their hair, doesn't. As long as they play well, that's about the only thing.
So you haven't got a favourite that you look at and think that's what I'd like to do with mine?
No, I seem to think it was the old shaved head was the way to go back in the old days. But these days it seems long hair is more in than out. But what can you say? These young guys got to go with the flow.
Now, Ben, we are trying to find out who's got the best do in the team. Who the players respect the most when it comes to do's.
Respect.
Well, yes, exactly.
Well, obviously myself.
Well, you did get an honourable mention for the hipster look there that you're going for there, but
I'm more of a Professor Ross of volley.
Is there anyone though you look up to in the team and you think, gee, that's a good do? I wish I had something like that.
I think Jacob Guymer. I'd like to give it to him. Actually, he's really stuck with that stink mop on his head. I'd have to give it to him.
And what about the beard, mate? Are you happy with the way that's going? You think, is that working for you?
Oh, it's definitely working for me. I'm very happy with it. Had a bit of criticism, not sure why, but
who's been criticising you, mate?
Oh, Nathan Roberts. Shaking his head, but
do you think most of the criticism coming from people who actually can't grow beards themselves?
Definitely jealousy. I think Nathan's about, what is he now, 56 years old, and he still doesn't have a beard.
He's the man they're all talking about. The man who's set the tongues wagging today with the new do.
Yeah, word.
You happy with the way it's turned out, Tom?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank. I'd like to thank my hairdresser, Luke Perry, best in the world. Go see him. It's cheap.
A lot of the boys in the team are going the opposite way. They're growing the locks out. Were you tempted at all to maybe go that way?
I didn't know we had any boys with long hair. There's a couple like sisters I think we got there.
Mate, if push came to shove, who would you vote for? And you can vote for yourself, of course, but the best hairdo in the team in 2015?
Look, that's a no-brainer. I got to go with my man John Boltby, closely followed by Greg Sukachev. They just got that mature look, which is they know what the women want and they're not afraid to give it to them.
John, one thing that I think this crop of Volleyroos players can pride itself on is the quality of their hair. Who would you say, if push came to shove, does it the best in this group?
Well, my view is that hair is significantly overrated. And just looking at Thomas Douglas Powell proves my point.
So do you think he carries it off the best or the worst?
I wouldn't call what he has carrying it off at all.
Doc, you get to see a lot of their hairdos up close and personal. Is there one player more than any other that does it for you when they walk into the treatment room and you look at that and you say, that is beautiful hair, I wish I could have some of that?
Look, there's a lot of variety. It's hard to sort of single out one person. I'd have to say Benny Bell's beard is quite impressive. He sort of stands out amongst the group. But in terms of haircuts, look, there's probably not one person I think does it for me. There's a few there though.
Do you sense there's a bit of rivalry amongst some of the players though? Because there seems to be a bit of, Trav Pass was a leader in so many ways in this field and others now have climbed on board. John, you've been involved in a lot of sports. Is that a common phenomenon amongst sporting teams that one person will go out and lead and others will follow?
Well, look, it's a tribal thing. It's what happens in groups of adolescents, really. They try to outdo each other and basically manage just to look more foolish than the last one.
A big rap for your team, John. Thank you very much. Thanks, Doc.